Hello again. It's been quite a while since I've done an update, but I'm redoing the panels. These are the front and back top panels for my Bethany Camper. I have dyed them the same color as I had before the mold and mildew set into them. And this is redoing its new wood. I was able to reuse the frame, and on the inside is the styrofoam, which good chunk of that I was able to recover and reuse. There's a few pieces that ended up having to be replaced because it decided to stick to the wood where no one else had. The glue I'm using this time is holding much better than what I had before. So like I said, that part may be a blessing in disguise. But at any rate, that's where things are right now. I've got the front and back top panel. There's a little shorter or narrower piece that angles at the bottom in the front and back. And even though my stain turned out a little blotchy, as you can see, if I zoom in like that, the stain turned out a little blotchy, but as these panels are mostly hidden, I think I'm okay with that. Now, I'll be saving the bigger panels for last, so those are the ones that I will have to do real well on, because they are the most exposed. And speaking of the big panels, I did take them apart and re-glue them some. I would get around and show you further, but my camcorder has drained its battery, and so I'm having to operate while plugged in. But there's one end of that's the door side, which is the passenger side of the camper. Over here is the other piece. I haven't quite finished gluing him together, but I did re-glue the wheel wells so that they are actually looking better than they were before. You'll also notice that I am working on these indoors, as that way I can control the environment much better than I was outdoors. Not to mention the very rainy spring and early summer that we have had so far. This has also allowed me to get things done a lot faster than I would have, but that's all I have for now. Alright, now that my camera has fully recharged, I will continue here. This is an unfinished panel. There's the other of the bottom parts of the front and back. They're only a mere 9 inches or so wide. These are the ones that go at an angle at the bottom of the front and back of the camper. One of the things that I did this time around that I didn't do last time is I cut the boards slightly larger than they were supposed to be, and then used the router to trim them along the edge. Now, as the inside of these does overhang just slightly in order to meet up with the floor properly, I can't do that side obviously, but that was the side that was the straightest, and that's where I put it so that it would meet there. Now, I've sanded these down quite well. They are smooth as glass. And see, that took 100 grit, and then 150 grit, and then 200 grit sandpaper to get to that. And that was the sanding process. As you can see, this is some fairly nice plywood. It was a 1/4 inch thick. Had A grade on one side and B grade on the other side that almost looked a little bit better to use, but I decided to use this side. The other side would have given it a little bit more rustic look. Okay, this is how I'm treating this wood. I'm starting off with a pre-stain, and then using a water-based wood stain that is tinted blue, called Blue Hawaii is the Minwax name for it. And then I'm using the polyacrylic, also water-based finish. And at this point I've been doing 2 coats of the pre-stain, 2 coats of the wood stain, and then 3 coats on the polyacrylic finish, which is given us, it's also a satin finish, so that it's not glossy, super glossy and shiny when it's done, but it does still give it a nice finished look. I've been kind of making sure that I'm getting edges and everything real well with these, because I want to avoid the problems that I had over the winter in the event that some moisture gets trapped inside the camper when it's sealed up for the winter. But this will hopefully be the last time I have to do this.